are white people superior at?
What exactly are white people superior at?
They're real good at violence.
Violence. Genocide.
It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it.
Growing up, I watched a lot of movies, okay? I love movies even to today. So I used to watch a lot of Nigerian movies as well as Western movies, but mostly American movies. I was used to seeing black and white people on my TV station as a kid. I love the harmony between different races that I witnessed in these movies I used to watch in my childhood. Now, in these movies, I would see a Chinese individual, a black person, a white person, Indians, people of all different races playing different characters, and I loved the idea of America, a country where so many people from different walks of life, ethnicity, religion, and culture came together to coexist peacefully despite historical transgressions. My dad loved politics, okay? He never played with his news channels. So CNN and Al Jazeera was always on a blast in our home. The atmosphere I saw on the news reports was very comfortable, okay? And race was never the center of discussion. In fact, I couldn't remember any significant racial issue that ever came up there. Now, unlike my other siblings, I loved CNN and Al Jazeera. My siblings hated news. Any kind of news, by the way. So they thought it was boring, but for some reason, I loved it, okay? I found it interesting. I wanted to know more about what is happening around the world. I was very much aware that slavery happened, okay? We learned it in school. We learned it in history. My dad also narrated it to me from what he was taught in school too. So I was aware that slavery happened in America and in UK and some other places. But I never knew that racism ever existed. In fact, I spent a greater part of my years not knowing what racism was. And this was because back then, racism was not being shoved down people's throats at the rate it is today, okay? It was not the talking point of every TV station, neither was it the main theme of every movie we watched back then. People were actually existing as human beings. Back then, everything was okay until just recently, I think 10 to 9 years ago, when something happened. I don't know what brought about the shift. I don't know what went wrong. It was as though another slavery happened and accusations of slavery started flying around at every turn. This used to be America a few years ago.
What do you think of white people?
White people, they straight, you know. They just like me, you know. Okay. They straight, just, you know, they just stay white and we black, you know.
To me, nothing wrong with white people. I love them just like I love the blacks. And I wouldn't mind marrying one of them. Ain't nothing wrong with the people by their color.
Human, just like me. I'm black, just with a different color of skin, that's about it.
Right. But you find there's a difference in the way you're treated by white people as opposed to black people?
Well, you know, they haven't treated me wrong in no kind of way.
Never?
Never. I ain't never had no static with no white person.
A bunch of wonderful young black people who had no problem with white people whatsoever, who thought it was okay, it was good to judge people and react to people based on the content of their character. These guys see white people as fellow human beings, nothing more. But let's take a look at America today and what they think about white people.
What are white people superior at?
What exactly are white people superior at?
They're real good at violence.
Violence. Genocide.
It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it.
If you are white and you know this is happening and you say nothing, then you're a killer too.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Insecurity.
Pretending.
Fear.
Being fearful of nothing.
Being ignorant.
Blame.
Letting their egos control their every move. Superior at being dicks.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Oppression.
Gaslighting.
Lack of empathy.
Intellectualizing oppression.
Did I say oppression?
What exactly are white people superior at?
Taking what's not theirs.
Taking shit.
Taking our ideas.
Copycatting.
Gentrification.
Appropriating things that do not belong to them.
Taking over other people's cultures and making you believe that they invented it.
Maybe they're thinking of it as repurposing. It's like recycle and repurpose.
As my grandma would say, them white folk, they'll take it if you don't copyright it.
They are very good at destruction of land, destruction of people, destruction of humanness.
Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good at upholding white supremacy.
So what exactly are white people superior at? Honey, lying, stealing, and cheating.
Manipulation.
Withholding information.
Lying.
Telling lies. Yeah, this is how these guys see white people today. A bunch of devils, demons, who are all liars, cheaters, thieves, ignorant, superior at being the D word, etc., etc. And you know the most wonderful thing about all this? It is that it is okay to say these things about white people, but it is not okay to say this about people of color or any other group of people. No reputable big media outlet would dare publish something as hateful as this. if it is directed towards any other group of people. In fact, tiny media companies would not even create this, let alone publish something like this, if it is directed towards any other group of people, okay? But here we have a very massive platform like Court, proudly putting out videos like this. Now, I know that the views expressed here does not represent the views of Court, because these individuals in these videos are actually speaking for themselves and not for Court. But the fact still remains that Court still retains the authority to publish or not to publish something as vile as this. So in a way, they did sanction this, because I know for a fact that Court would never ever publish a video with this if these participants were all replaced by white people and they said the same thing against black people.
I just came back from the grocery store and running a couple errands, and I just want to say I am tired of the discomfort that comes from being around white people in this American environment. I'm tired of it, and I'm ready to be somewhere else.
This woman is tired of being around white people. She cannot stand them for some reason, and I'm guessing that it is white people's fault, okay? By the way, remember that this woman is an angel. She's a black angel. Every single white people are demons and racists, so that means that every single black person is an angel. So I'm sure she has a good reason for being tired of living amongst this, demons and racists. According to her, she's ready to be somewhere else. And I'm seeing that she's African. So I was thinking she would have relocated to any of the wonderful African countries by now. What I do not understand is what she is still waiting for. Why hasn't she left? I really wish she can have the moral decency to move to any of the lovely African countries in the motherland. And again, African countries are lovely. This is not a joke. So I want her to move today for her own peace of mind.
Are you a racist?
You can't call me or any black person any place in the world a racist. We don't have the power to do to white people what white people have done to us. And even if we did, we don't have that low-down, dirty nature.
So do you believe there are any good white people?
If there are, I haven't met them. Where are they?
Yes, you can't accuse her or people who look like her of being racist to white people because of some made-up, incoherent reasons that would easily fall apart once you apply the meaning of the word racism. It is people like her and rhetorics like hers that have encouraged the outspoken racism and disdain that we are witnessing against white people today. It is ideologies like hers that have reawakened the menace called racism. But everyone is okay when black people do it. Oh, black people are weak and fragile. Don't worry about that black man who wants to exterminate the white race, okay? That's not racist. Remember, they don't have the systemic power to oppress white people. So it is okay. It is narratives like this that are giving people like me free reign to go all in and dish out all the highest form of injustices to white people. Despite all this, we as black people are still considered to be incapable of being racist towards white people. Really? You guys are funny. I keep saying this time and time again, that we cannot defeat evil with evil. We cannot solve a problem by creating more problems. Because I see that's what many of us are doing here. That's what many black people are trying to do. They feel like it is their turn now to be racist to the descendants of those who enslaved and dehumanized their ancestors. But that is just evil. During the time of slavery, only a very small percentage of the white population owned slaves. And again, every single one of them who were party to that crime against humanity is dead and long gone. The Africans who raided their villages and also captured their brothers and sisters and sold them as slaves are also dead and long gone to their third or fourth generations. Their descendants shouldn't be judged by what their ancestors did, okay? They shouldn't be punished by the sins they never committed. If they are the ones being racist, I understand. But why are you punishing them with something they never did? Because that is what I see happening every day. Some of us think it is our turn now. It is our turn to dish out the racism. And thanks to the society that thinks that we cannot be racist to white people, we can do it in broad daylight, in public, on camera, on social media, in the mainstream media. We can be very outspoken about our racism against white people, and it will all be acceptable because we are black. We have an immunity now. This is exactly what is playing out before our eyes, and it is very, very wrong. Racism against any race is wrong and shouldn't be encouraged. White people are dormantly receiving this evil treatment across the board, and they are slowly getting fed up. People like this are stirring up trouble, and they are enjoying it. They are pushing people from a particular race to the wall, and it will not end well, okay? We need to put an end to all this nonsense. Allow people from a certain race to breathe. They are not your problem. And again, there should be consequences for this kind of actions, for this outspoken nonsense, not just from when it is directed towards people of color, but also from when it is perpetuated against people of any color. white people included. There should be heavy consequences for outspoken racism against white people, because this madness has gone on for way too long. And believe me, if we don't put an end to it, we might be having a very messed up problem in our society in just a few years to come. And don't say that I didn't warn you. Anyway guys, these are my thoughts, but feel free to share yours in the comment section, but do so respectfully. Subscribe to my channel if you've not already, like and share this video to keep people informed, and again, consider supporting the channel by becoming a member. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.